St. Bernardine's Girls' Secondary School stood like a warning more than a building. Its tall iron gates did not welcome visitors, they challenged them. Parents loved the school for its discipline. Teachers spoke of it with pride. Students spoke of it in whispers. Inside the compound, time moved by rules. Bells dictated life. Silence was enforced after lights out. In the hostels, matrons walked slowly at night, their footsteps echoing like reminders that freedom was something earned, not given. Yet even in the strictest places, curiosity survived. On this particular night, Hostel C was restless. For beds sat close together, separated only by thin curtains and shared secrets. Tolu lay awake, hands folded behind her head, staring at the ceiling fan. Rules felt like insults to her intelligence. She believed she was older than her age, smarter than restrictions, stronger than consequences. Kemi lay on her side, heart racing. She had always been the good girl, the one teachers trusted, the one parents praised. But tonight, that identity felt fragile, like glass. Simi hugged her pillow tightly, excitement buzzing through her veins. She wanted stories. She wanted to feel seen. She wanted to step into a life that felt bigger than hostel walls and prep schedules. Adora listened. She always listened. To the fun. To distant laughter. To the unease curling in her chest. Adora had learned early that danger rarely announced itself loudly. The silence broke softly. "What are we going to wear?" Kemi's voice trembled slightly as she sat up. "We can't go out like this." Tolu smiled. "Relax," she said, sliding off her bed. "I planned ahead." She reached under her bed and dragged out a small suitcase. Adora's heart sank before it even opened. The zipper sounded too loud in the quiet hostel. Inside were clothes that did not belong in St. Bernardine's. Short dresses. Tight tops. Glittering makeup kits. False lashes. Lip glosses that shimmered even in low light. Simi gasped. "Wow." Adora shook her head. "Tolu, this is too much." "That's the point," Tolu replied sharply. "If we look like schoolgirls, we'll be treated like children." Kemi swallowed hard. "This doesn't feel right." "Just for tonight," Simi whispered, already reaching for a dress. Adora watched her fingers shake, not just with excitement, but fear. She wanted to say something stronger. She didn't. Sneaking out felt unreal. Their slippers barely made a sound. The fence cut into their palms. Adora's skirt tore slightly on a nail, but she ignored it. When they landed on the other side, Tolu laughed quietly. "We did it." Adora didn't laugh. Some boundaries, once crossed, could not be uncrossed. The club was louder than expected. Lights flashed violently. Music shook the ground. The crowd was older, far older. Eyes followed them. Adora felt exposed. Tolu thrived. Simi glowed. Kemi shrank. The man noticed Simi first. "You're beautiful," he said smoothly, standing too close. Simi laughed nervously. "Thank you." His eyes lingered. Adora stepped in. "She's not interested." He smiled thinly. "I'm just being friendly." Later, he returned, with a small gift box. For you, he said to Simi. Just something small. Simi hesitated. Adora shook her head slightly. Simi, don't. Simi frowned. You're always so dramatic. The man leaned closer. It's loud here. Let's talk somewhere quieter. Adora grabbed Simi's wrist. No. Simi pulled away sharply. Adora, stop embarrassing me. The words hit harder than a slap. I'm not a child, Simi snapped. You don't control me. Adora's voice cracked. This isn't safe. Simi turned away. I'll be fine. And she followed him. Adora stood frozen, fear flooding her chest. Across the room, Kemi sat down, dizzy. A cup appeared in her hand. Just sip, someone said. She did. The burn surprised her. Minutes later, the room spun violently. I don't feel okay, she whispered. No one heard. When Adora found her, Kemi could barely lift her head. I think something is wrong, Kemi murmured weakly. Adora's panic grew. Nearby, Tolu argued loudly. Someone shoved her. He shoved back. A slap landed. Security rushed in. Chaos erupted. Adora looked around wildly, Kemi barely conscious, Tolu restrained, and Simi gone. Fear took over. Adora ran down the hallway the man had pointed to earlier. Her heart pounded. She knocked hard on a closed door. Simi, she shouted. Silence. Then the door opened slightly. Simi stood there, eyes glassy, fear written all over her face. Adora pulled her out immediately. They didn't speak. They just ran. The ride back was quiet. Kemi vomited softly. Tolu stared out the window, anger and shame battling inside her. Simi hugged herself, trembling. Adora prayed silently. Freedom had turned into terror. School resumed. But nothing felt normal. Kemi struggled to focus. Tolu was called in for fighting off campus. Simi grew withdrawn. Adora couldn't sleep. Weeks later, Simi whispered to Adora in the dark. I think something happened, she said, voice breaking. I don't remember everything. The test confirmed it. Simi collapsed in tears. I'm pregnant. Adora held her, guilt crushing her chest. Parents were called. Voices rose. Tears fell. Simi was withdrawn quietly. Tolu was suspended. Kemi was placed on probation. Adora lay in the hostel staring at empty beds. Years later, Adora would remember that night. Not for the music. Not for the clothes. But for the moment silence replaced courage. Key lessons from this story. 1. Not all freedom is safe freedom. Wanting independence is natural, but freedom without guidance can quickly turn dangerous. The girls believed sneaking out was harmless, only to discover that some environments are not meant for young minds or bodies. 2. Peer pressure can silence your inner voice. Adora sensed danger early, and Kemi felt uncomfortable from the start, but peer pressure made them doubt themselves. Ignoring your instincts to fit in can lead you down paths you never intended to walk. 3. Grooming often disguises itself as kindness. The man who approached Simi didn't look dangerous at first. He used gifts, attention, and soft words to gain trust. This story reminds us that not every smile means safety, and not every gift comes without strings. 4. One night can change a lifetime. What began as curiosity ended with lasting consequences: suspension, trauma, shame, and an unplanned pregnancy. Some decisions don't come with an undo button, no matter how young or unprepared you are. 5. Silence can be as harmful as action. Adora's hesitation to speak louder, Kemi's quiet fear, and Simi's refusal to listen all played a role in what happened. Speaking up, early and firmly, can save lives, futures, and friendships.
Hope you enjoyed that story. My name is Star, and creating African folktales is just one of the many things I love to do. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on your notification, and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means a lot to me. Please also drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'm open to story suggestions. Also, if you'd like to create an African folktale like this, check the description for all the tools I used. Be sure to watch the next story showing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video.